Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Carlene.
And I'm Jay. We're also known as Jaylene.
On this channel, we recap and provide our reviews for Married at First Sight.
Today we'll be reviewing Season 17, Episode 7, A Honeymoon Rockier Than the Mountains.
Welcome to our first-time viewers, and welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you to those who subscribed, but if you haven't already, please do so now and click that notification bell. We're starting off with Lauren and Orion. So they're back at dinner, and Lauren felt like Orion was judging her because she was with someone else 2 months ago. So Orion was being passive-aggressive when answering Lauren. He said that sex was off the table because they are still getting to know each other. But Lauren thought it was because of the timeline that she shared. So after Lauren noticed Orion's behavior, she didn't want to talk to him again. It was so funny when they were sitting there quietly and Orion just started talking. Maybe he isn't familiar with the quiet game. Orion said that he was uncomfortable with being quiet, and Lauren wasn't having that. It was to the point where she started crying. Orion, you need to look up fair fighting rules. Lauren has the right to process what happened, and they don't have to find a solution right away. I like how Lauren told Orion how she didn't feel safe. Now he knows where she stands on this topic. Then he tried to apologize to Lauren, but she wasn't having that. I'm sorry if you felt. Maybe he wanted Lauren to feel the same way he felt when they were talking about race. That's so mean. At least we saw that Lauren was really sorry for offending him with the race comment, but he could care less about her feelings in this situation. Now the couple, they're talking in bed, and Orion is trying to apologize for not supporting Lauren how she would like. So Lauren didn't want Orion to apologize, but she just wanted the truth. So he admitted that sex is off the table because of her timeline, and then tried to lie again. I thought Lauren was the mother and Orion was the son. Orion was saying Lauren was with someone else knowing that she was engaged. Lauren was getting hood. You could see the shift in her body language. He needs to just stop talking.
I thought she was going to bust a cap in his ass based on her body language. I was like, oh snap, we're about to get black on this show. But yeah, I already don't like Orion, and it just got worse throughout this episode for me. He is nowhere near ready to be married. I don't even know why he's on this show to begin with. I hope this is a light bulb that goes off for production and the so-called experts who are picking these guys to be with these older women. If you're a man on this show, you need to be in your 30s minimum to be on the show and get married. He's not developed mentally enough to be married to anybody, let alone even have a girlfriend. I think he needs to go to therapy. That's what he needs. That's exactly what he needs.
Lauren came back from the gym, and Orion says that he is emotionally depleted and wants to sit in his emotions. Lauren says she gives him grace for his inconsistency and will not hold it over him and the marriage. When they were talking, their body language was so closed off. This caused Orion to start crying, and Lauren gave him a hug. Orion was in his head and admits to not being touchy like before. So now they are meeting with Dr. Pia. Orion believes he felt Lauren as a husband because of how he reacted. Lauren doesn't feel like Orion is feeling her and understands that they only been married for a few days. So Orion was scared when Lauren was getting hood with him in the bed. He said he was uncomfortable with the tone of the conversation. It seems like this triggered Orion because there was abuse in his home when he was a child.
I feel if she wanted to cut him, he would have been cut. So I don't know why he acts like a little. Let me not say that. He don't have no reason to be scared. One, everything's on camera, so she's not gonna kill you. If she could, if she wanted to, she would hurt you, but she's not gonna do that. she's trying to represent us black people in the proper way on TV.
Dr. Pia gave the couple homework. They had to put positive emotions into their emotional bank account. She wants them to focus on having fun. Orion believes they made many positive deposits, but this situation is a big withdrawal. It seems like he cannot extend the grace that Lauren has been giving to him.
Orion's just full of it. It's like, that'll play out later in the episode, but he's just full of it. If pimp slapping was still a thing, he needed to be pimp slapped right across his face.
Orion continues to shut down even after meeting with Dr. Pia and wants space from Lauren. So his amygdala is taking over and he is definitely in fight or flight, or right now flight. And Lauren respected his wishes and left Orion on the couch. Emily and Brennan. So they were having dinner and they talked about religion, and Emily was ready to convert to Brennan's religion. He was happy about her openness. And then they started talking about having kids. I mean, were they at a restaurant for kids? They seemed to be on the same page though. Then the couple was playing games and Emily had a drink in her hand during all the activities. Emily started joking with Brennan about having fun, but he didn't seem to take it as a joke. Brennan says it takes a lot to get him mad, and usually it's done by his parents. So Emily believes she's right up there with his parents.
Yeah, when I was looking at Brennan this whole episode, like his body language, it's just something just off about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if something happened off camera that we didn't see, because it seemed like he's just not into her at all. Like the wedding night, probably first day of the honeymoon, everything seemed cool, but the last couple episodes is like something's off. So I don't know if she may have did or said something that might have turned him off, or he realized like, I don't want to be married at all, and I kept saying I'm never getting divorced once we get married. So this seems like this might get a little boring until the next episode where they made it seem like he said it. Yeah, I think you're ugly, but we'll see if that was badly edited or not.
Clare and Cameron. So Cameron is having some health challenges and wants to see a doctor. Clare says that she has a work meeting and he should go to the doctor then. Cameron made sure Clare got his breakfast order right. While she was ordering, Cameron was rubbing her arm. In her confessional, Clare says it's a different type of intimacy with them now, and in his confessional, Cameron hopes there are no problems when they get home. So Cameron had to see a doctor because of his air, and Clare was concerned, but again, she couldn't go because of her work meeting. Becca and Austin. So Becca couldn't wait to eat breakfast, but Austin didn't mind. Why did Austin ask Becca, is there anything specific she would like to talk about, knowing that he doesn't want to talk about anything? Is he trying to push her off? Becca was like, here's my chance. So when she brought up religion, Austin started choking. Then he started making jokes talking about how he didn't know what religion is.
That was slap-worthy. Austin's getting on my nerves. You can't ask your wife, is there anything you want to talk about? And she brings something up like, you want to talk about that now? So I don't know what his issue is as far as don't want to get to anything that's deep. Because you can kind of weed that stuff out where you guys don't agree on something and trying to meet in the middle somewhere or agree to disagree about certain things. Because politics is a big thing, because they don't care about on this show if they match you with one person who is the opposite from you, politics-wise, which will never work and bring down the marriage real fast. So I hope they will reveal to us why he is this way, or we'll find out at some point throughout the season, or at least after the season, if they make it. So, yeah, but Austin, he's getting on my nerves, so hopefully either it can bring some drama or where it can be some good TV. And now I'll be cool with that, but don't just not answer anything. That's just stupid.
In her confessional, Becca talked about wanting to give Austin space, but she's feeling rejected. I feel sorry for her. Remember, in the beginning, Austin couldn't do no wrong. Now he's getting tired and showing his true colors. They were on the beach with pretty flowers, and Austin says he doesn't want to be avoidant like her previous boyfriends. They are from different faiths. So this is something that's different about them. Remember, they are the same person, or they were. Austin wants to start with small issues before getting into the big ones, and Becca agrees with him for now. Okay, let's talk about the couples meeting up together. It was interesting to see them walking in. Becca and Austin, they were walking hand in hand like they were madly in love with each other. Emily and Brennan walking hand in hand, looking for a good time. Claire was by herself because of Cameron's health concern. Then Lauren and Orion, they were so far apart. Lauren doesn't even look like she wanted to be there. Orion and Lauren started disagreeing right in front of the other couples. Orion was quick to say how they met with Dr. Pia. They couldn't agree on how many hurdles they've been in this marriage. Did you see the look on Brennan's face?
I wish they would have left their disputes outside of, just kept it between them and not bring the other couples into it. Granted, the only person who actually give you some advice is Claire and Becca. The guys, no. And Emily, what's she gonna put her 2 cents in about? So I would have just kept that in-house for the most part and just speak with the so-called experts and try to have them help resolve the issues. But mostly, this is an Orion issue, not a Lauren issue.
Cameron provided Claire with a bouquet of flowers and says that his heir is feeling better. Although Claire loved the gesture, it seemed awkward. It looked like they wanted to kiss, but they just hugged. Great job, Cameron. Lauren talked about the roller coaster she's been on with Orion. Emily mentioned how getting these problems out now is better than waiting until later, and Lauren agreed. However, Austin shared the approach that he and Becca are taking, ignoring things until they really need to address them.
That's the stupidest sugar honey iced tea thing I've ever heard anyone say. It's just stupid. That's how you know you've never been married.
Brennan took this time to compliment his wife and talked about how much fun he's having on the honeymoon. And Emily mentioned how she's more aware of her sarcasm, and this is something that she's willing to work on. Lauren believes she got what she wanted out of this honeymoon because she wanted to know what could piss Orion off, and she achieved that. Lauren wants to work on her tone and apologize to Orion for the joke she made regarding the race. In his confessional, Orion mentioned how he thinks about the race incident with Lauren constantly and doesn't want to share it with the other couples because he doesn't think that they would understand. He told Lauren that he wants to work on expressing his emotions, and Lauren tried to make Orion feel safe, but he says it's a little scary. I know the other couples were uncomfortable and wish that they would just stop talking. The couples talk with their spouses after dinner. So Claire and Cameron talked about Cameron's heir, and then they started talking about the airport situation. Remember where they were coming there and they weren't understanding each other. So Claire talked about overreacting, and Cameron doesn't want the same thing to happen when they go back home. So Cameron, don't leave Claire and help her with her luggage, and Claire, don't overreact. Orion still feels hurt about the race comment and says he feels like a minority in the marriage. So this is going to be a continued issue. Orion cannot move past this and will continue to punish Lauren for it. It was a mistake. She apologized. I can understand if she continued to say something about the race, but we know it's about her sexual timeline And when she was getting hood with him, and he's just using the race comment because he thinks that's an easy way out. Becca and Austin, they were talking about returning to reality. And Austin is concerned with Becca's mess, but she was denying it. Becca wants to show up for Austin. He feels the same way, but he doesn't know how to show up for her. So Austin just looks tired. It didn't look like he knew what he was talking about. You could tell how annoyed Becca was, but she was just playing it off. Lauren and Claire were able to meet, and Lauren talked about how she feels Orion isn't giving her grace. He told her that she doesn't have his back and she failed the marriage. Lauren doesn't feel heard. She got mad. She said she wanted a divorce, and she took her ring off. So Pastor Cal met with Orion and Lauren, but he met with Orion first. So Pastor Cal looked like he didn't want to be there, and he thought that the race joke shouldn't have been an issue. So Orion said how Lauren apologized, but he couldn't accept her apology when asked by Pastor Cal. When Orion talked about how Lauren called him a liar and wanted a divorce, it looked like Pastor Cal wanted to laugh. He reminded Orion that it was a knee-jerk reaction to pain. And Pastor Cal wanted to talk to Lauren. And Orion looked like he was happy, like, oh, wow, she about to get in trouble. Pastor Cal looked like he didn't want to talk to Lauren either. So Lauren said she didn't want a divorce. He met with them together to fight through imperfection. So Lauren says she is hurt because he isn't giving her grace.
I have a whole bunch of issues with Orion in this scene alone. So you're not going to give her grace for saying one slur, which she didn't understand what she was saying initially. She's been very remorseful about it, and you can't accept that apology. But you go ahead and say the N-word all you want in all these rap songs that you're copying. So do you not understand what that word means for us and our people and how we've been treated? So it's like a catch-22. He needs to get his stuff together. Am I the only one who wants to put their foot in his ass because the way he's acting? Because this is ridiculous. And on top of that, he doesn't want to be with someone in his own culture. And if that's the case, who else you gonna date? Because if you date anyone outside of any other race, they're not going to get it either because they're not from your community. So I'm like, whoever you're going to be with, you're not going to be happy. So you need to get your stuff together and grow up and get some therapy and work through your crap and stop taking all your stuff out on her. Because any other black woman, if this wasn't on TV, he'd be getting his ass whooped.
Orion talked about how deeply hurt he was from that comment, and he just can't get past it. So on the after party, we learned that Orion took his ring off first, and Lauren felt like Orion was projecting his childhood trauma onto her. So now this is an eternal struggle with Orion. He decided not to move past it, and there's really nothing that Lauren can do at this point to change his mind because he just doesn't want to. Well, that's all we have for episode 7. What are your thoughts on episode 7? We'd love to hear from you. Put your thoughts in the comments. Please continue to like and comment and also subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to click that notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos.
Later, everyone.
Bye.